Stakes for 3-year-olds and highlighting Smolder, who of course was the favourite for the Northern Derby. This is him in front, finishing third in the final when he was run down by Ideal Scott and also Scandal Man.
Awaits the passing lane runner, then followed further back in the field by Let's Elope. Then came Ideal Scott, who's peeling out from the 1 by 1. Further back then is Your Good Fortune with further back High View TJ. Into the straight they come in the Derby, 200 metres to go. Smolder the leader, Ideal Scott's coming after him, and so is Fly Like an Eagle. Smolder, Ideal Scott on the outside may have his measure, and arriving late, Scandal Man the Aussie. Ideal Scott wins the Derby. Second over was Scandal Man second, then there's photos for third, Fly Like an Eagle and Smolder, and arriving late best.
Smolder was third, Fly Like an Eagle, the stablemate, running into fourth. He looked beaten at the top of the straight, Craig, but to his credit, he kept fighting.
Well, he did. He rallied well, Jess, to run third. As you say, he was beaten at the top of the straight and a couple went past him, but he battled on okay. I thought his heat win in the Derby was outstanding in 2:40. Maybe he just took the edge off him going into the Derby itself. Barrier 1, back left-handed, Jess. I think that's the key over 1,900 metres. I think he's a lot more comfortable this way around. Got a lovely draw. His main rival drawn outside him, Fly Like an Eagle. I think the distance really suits him this week, Jess. I expect him to go a blinder. Tony Hurley will take the drive. He's got great gate speed. We saw that in the Derby when he crossed him and led. He may well get across Smolder at the start again, and the shorter trip really suits him. So look for Fly Like an Eagle to go a very big race from Barrier 2. Of course, Mark Purdon's got 3 in the race with Best Deal Yet as well. Other chances, Let's Elope for Frank Cooney. I thought racing okay. Certainly a trifecta in a first 4 chance. And I thought Texican, a little bit disappointing in the north, Jess, but we know the Texican of old. If he gets back to that form he showed at Addington 2 or 3 starts ago, he certainly can figure in a race like this. So very nice race. The Mark Purdon pair from Barriers 1 and 2 look to dominate it. I think Smolder will get back to close to that winning form that he showed 2 starts ago when winning the heat of the Derby.
Well, they did dominate the race in 2008 with Auckland Reactor, 09 Sleepy Trip, in 2010 Qatari Mark. So yes, they're certainly looking poised for another win in that race. Just on the Stipes corner, Jackaroo Bromac was checked last start at the 2,200 metres. Best Deal Yet was held up for clear racing room and finished 3 lengths off the winner last start behind Ideal Scott. And JB's Grinner, last start winner, stepping up to the big time, was a workout winner, beating home Princeton at Rangiora in the weekend. Race number 7, and a horse that we didn't actually think would see back at the races ever again. He was enjoying retirement at Harness, your horsepower at Harness Experience there in Christchurch, and this was the fresh up performance by Stig. Currently 3 wide, under pressure, and he keeps trucking to only be narrowly beaten by With Intent.
Between horses, then With Intent and Barano. Third quarter, 29.8. The leader is King Charlie. Margin and X, son of an Earl. Stig Wider out with Intent, and the real Maguire's getting a split. King Charlie still in front. With Intent's going after him. Stig still there. With Intent's gone to the top, and she's going to win it. With Intent beats Stig, a super return. King Charlie third and fourth in the real Maguire.
He hadn't raced since March 2009, Craig. He was hanging out, retired with Lyle Creek, take a moment, and clearly retirement didn't suit him at all.
No, it's good to have him back on the track, isn't it, Jess? 3 years off the scene, immediately back on the track and straight away back in form with a very good second last start, Jess. I mean, he was 3 wide, had every right to chuck the towel in at the 400 metre marker, but we know with Stig, he just keeps giving, and he kept finding for Davey Button. I thought it was a really good run. Now, he's handicapped to win this race, Jess. I mean, he's won 15 races, horses like Barano that have won 10 off the same handicap, so he's very well placed. Of course, he's won nearly $500,000 in stakes. David Butt will take the drive for Paul Nairn, who's got a super strong hand in the race. He's got 4 runners in the event. Really only Barano and With Intent could stop a Paul Nairn trifecta, I feel. He's got 3 of the 4 top chances in the race with Dr. Hook, who I do think is his main rival. He was back in the winners enclosure last start with a very good win. Jimmy Curtin will take the drive. He's racing very well. Of course, Musgrove, he's tough, Musgrove, and another one that keeps finding. Paul Nairn will drive him himself. He's certainly a chance in the race as well, and he's got I Did It My Way as the 4th contender. So very good field, Jess, but good to have Stig back on track. If he comes through this race, hopefully he'll head to races like the Anzac Cup at Alexandra Park, or maybe the Green Lane Cup as a lead up to the Rowe Cup as well. Be good to have him back in the north where he's performed so well in the past.
And great to see him so far, so good, touch wood, sound, and hopefully he does stay that way. That is the first leg of a $50,000 pick 6 at Addington on Friday night. On to the Group 2 Superstars Championship, and this for the 4-year-olds. Highlighting Terra to Love, of course, the New Zealand Cup winner here at Addington in November. This is him in the trail in the Auckland Cup and does fight on well. He gets within 3/4 of a length off the eventual winner of the Auckland Cup in Sir Lincoln.
The leader from Franco Emirate. Terra to Love awaits the passing lane. Getting out Gold Ace down the outside. Marcish starting to wind up at the 150. Sir Lincoln. Here's Marcish coming after it, and so too is Terra to Love. Sir Lincoln to find them. And look at Pembroke Benny right down the outside. Sir Lincoln in front from Terra to Love. Sir Lincoln, what a drive, Morris McKendry. Sir Lincoln won the Trillion Trust Auckland Cup. Second over Terra to Love. Third at the line.
He got a beautiful trip in the Auckland Cup, Craig, to finish second. But I understand you have been speaking to Stephen Reid today about Gold Ace.
Yeah, did Jess. Caught up with Stephen Reid this afternoon, and of course Gold Ace and Easy on the Eye, they're both headed south towards the Superstars. They're staying at Spraydon Lodge. Detect a little bit of confidence in the camp this week, Jess, regarding Gold Ace. He wasn't overly enthused about the way that he raced in the Auckland Cup, but on reflection he thought maybe now as a 4-year-old stallion he's needing a little bit more work, and Stephen certainly pumped that into him in the last couple of weeks. And as I say, I just detect a little bit more confidence in the camp this week. They're talking about if he comes through the race very well, Jess, and performs well this Friday, maybe heading towards the Easter Cup, or even maybe the Chariots of Fire. Now that's on the radar at this stage. There's 2 lead-up races in Sydney heading towards the Chariots of Fire that he may well target. So as long as he comes through the race well this week, we may see him heading towards Sydney, towards the Chariots of Fire or the Easter Cup. If things don't go well, they'll change plans and head towards the Messenger and the Noel Taylor Mile, give him a little bit of freshen up in the next month or so. Terra to Love, back to him in the Auckland Cup. Jess, I thought good run to run second. He had the run of the race. He deserved to finish in the top 3 with the run that he got. It was certainly a lot better run than he showed the week before, when he was a little bit disappointing in the lead up to the Auckland Cup. He's racing well, of course. He's back on track where he had his New Zealand Cup victory. If he gets back to that sort of form, he certainly can take out this event. So 7, Terra to Love. Of course, they ran home in 55 seconds in the Auckland Cup. He got the run of the race behind Sir Lincoln, and he did close to within half a length. So good to have Terra to Love back in form for Paul Court. Jimmy Curtin will take the drive. Outside Gold Ace, I think you've got to look at Franco Ledger, the Southerner. He's been in great form. Just lovely draw, barrier 1. He can leave the gate quickly. He can pick up a trail. If he trails the right one, we know with a run and a sit, he's got a lethal last 200 metres on him. So I think you've got to look at Franco Ledger. And of course, I hope at Texas, you take out his last start effort when he ran 9th on the grass at Waikouiti. He was in fantastic form, stringing 5 wins in a row. So you can't drop Ihoka Texas on one run. This is a real good field, Jess, the Superstars race. Of course, $40,000, 2,600 metres. Only 9 runners, but you can make a case for at least 4 or 5 runners.
And I tell you what, if Franco Ledger gets even a look at them up the passing lane, you'll hear the Whatever Syndicate. Good luck to them. They certainly make themselves known on course. Just on Dream Out Loud, last start, he was disappointing after getting the 1-1 and finishing 3rd. Dexter Dunn advised that he had travelled well and was surprised that the horse had been out-sprinted in the run home. The horse was actually vet-checked. There were no abnormalities, and Steve Dolan could offer nothing as to the performance, but would advise the Stipes next race day if there was any update. So that is the update on Dream Out Loud, race number 8, the Group 2 Superstars Championship, of course, last year taken out by Franco Emirate.